Hello everyone, my name is Nick Infernus and welcome back to another video. I am home from vacation and I have a lot planned this week. Now, I know I said in that update video I did that I was going to review the Deadpool movies as one of the things I had planned. However, since I have similar critiques about both of them, I figured, yes, this is next review. I figured, why not just review them both in one video? Why not? It's just a fun little thing. They're both pretty similar movies with similar pros and similar cons. So, you know, we'll we'll kill two birds with one stone, if that's the question. So let's start with one first. I think one positive thing that both these movies have going for them is the performance from Ryan Reynolds. He's already a great actor, but as as the merc with a mouth, as you will, he does a great job with some of the anger, some of the emotional moments, the jokes, all of it he can do very well. And uh, and really his performance is one of the things that makes the character so endearing, but the other part is the story. Now, this is about Wade Wilson, Deadpool, finding the love of his life before being diagnosed with cancer and then going to lengths to cure that. And yes, I know cancer is still a very hot subject because, the death of Technoblade is still on a lot of people's minds, but thankfully, like with Thor Love and Thunder, it is handled well here. Because, I mean, yeah, the rhetoric they use is very crude, but part of it is that that's just how these characters talk in general. That's just how they are. And that's really as seriously as they're trying to take it seriously. It's not cut by any jokes that feel out of place. It's just them talking, trying to comfort each other in the situation. And along with that, I do also think that Colossus and the teenager with a mouthful name, what was it? Negasound Teenage Warhead? You couldn't have picked a better name? Okay, but I do like those as additions. As Colossus, a man who wants to, bring Deadpool over to the X-Men, and Teenage Warhead, who's just a cynical teenager that you would find in many different movies. I feel like where this one kind of falters a little bit is just some parts feel a bit too much. Like Francis is an okay villain, but his cruelty feels too over the top. Like I know he doesn't feel anything, whether that be physical pain or emotions, but I don't know, something about that just doesn't sit right with me. And also the jokes themselves, there are a lot of really good ones in there, but there are some that feel like a bit much. It's nothing that I can name off the top of my head, but I do remember there were some jokes that kind of turned me off a little bit. Not from the whole movie, just from those jokes. But overall, I enjoyed this one. I wouldn't put it up there with like the best Marvel movies, and if I ever watch the rest of the X-Men movies, I doubt it will rank all that high there, but for what it is, it's still fun. Now, Deadpool 2, on the other hand, gives us more of that. Some stuff is better and some stuff not so much. So I think really what's really improved here is that there's a much greater emotional core since Vanessa, Wade's love interest, gets killed off at the very beginning, right as Wade proposes to her, or is about to at least. And he goes to the X Mansion for help, and really we get to see more of how much of a good guy Colossus is because he takes him in and he helps him feel included in the X-Men, and then kicks him out when he goes too far. I do also find Cable and Russell to be really fun inclusions. Russell as the subversive main antagonist. You wouldn't expect it from him, but he can be pretty effective. And Cable as this almost Terminator-like character who's out to take down Russell because of events that happen in the future. And at the same time, I also think the dark humor is a lot better. I'm usually one who's a lot more okay with dark humor as long as it's not too dark. Some of the jokes in the first Deadpool felt a bit too dark. Nothing here felt too dark. Everything here felt, dark enough to where it's still funny, especially with a lot of the deaths in the final battle. Some of those were just shockingly hilarious. Now this also has some of the same issues as the first one, like the jokes not really landing all that well, especially all the jokes of Deadpool calling Cable racist. Honestly, as someone who I just don't find those kinds of jokes funny, if I'm being completely honest. And at the same time, they don't really explain why Russell attacks people in his family in the future. It's like I feel like they probably could have set that up a little bit differently. But I still find this to be a really fun watch. Maybe it's a little bit weaker than the first one, but still good nonetheless. And overall, this might surprise you guys. Both these movies are getting a 3. As they are, they're both fun, enjoyable movies. I didn't even mention both of them do a really good job at poking fun at different Marvel franchises, especially with like the little jokes about uh I think there's like one joke about Kristen Dunst in one point, and there's a joke about like, oh, we're gonna go take you to see Professor X, who Patrick Stewart or other guy who played him in the Days of Future Past franchise. It's like It gets confusing. There. But yeah, I enjoyed both of them. Not the greatest, but still fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. I'm not gonna bore you with all the generic stuff. See you all in the next video. Take care and Godspeed.